a couple of Gavitt game matchups between the Big Ten and the Big East, and a couple of matchups like this with the Big Ten team facing against a conference opponent that's not in the Gavitt games. Arms thought about it, and they work it around. That time, Wheeler got a chance, and he sinks it from the corner. Out to E.J. Liddell, and that's one way that he has kind of stretched out his game, especially this year. He's gotten better and better from three-point territory in his career.
And with Justice Suing out tonight, that's going to be a big storyline. I think people thought that Ohio State could maybe make that dark horse jump because he was going to be a big part as Jamari Wheeler knocks down the three.
There was a point in time where I would just kind of raise my eyebrows at a guy, let's say like Joey Brunk, who's in his third school in his career. But you're right, this is the transfer era that we live in now in college basketball.
Just really getting into E.J. Liddell, trying to heat him up and taking his ball.
Trey Diggs leaves it short, and a hustle points there for Brenton Mills for his first two.
A little sloppy by the Buckeyes.
0 for 5 shooting start, though, from three-point territory here for the Falcons. Pump fake for Wheeler. He's had a good start. The tip is there for Key. And challenged nicely by Zed Key.
Shooter count.
On the push, transition look, and the flush with some authority for Eugene Brown, shooter the third.
Did not score against Niagara. How about Meechie Johnson setting the table? Their starting point guard and a big part of what they do.
No Caleb Fields as well, and there's a nice jump hook there from Kyle Young, who's trying to build up his minutes after missing the first game. Deep triple try for Arms. Makes it look easy from back there.
Justin Arns, a career 40% three-point shooter. The defense was there, but the hands were not up.
100 career threes throughout his 4-year career. He had 96 of them coming into this season. And a 20-4 advantage here for the Buckeyes. Looking inside to Liddell. There's some more paint points. They're starting to add to that tally. They got 8 now here in the game.
Ohio State in running their transition offense.
Beautifully done for 2.
Boy, Joey Brunk ran the floor so hard and then just cleared the way.
Joe Reese with his first points, including Plowden. Again, their leading scorer, a guy who averages about 16, still scoreless here in this first half. And look out, Liddell's starting to get comfy cozy.
I mean, that would be his meat and potatoes right there. Just backs you down, gets to the fadeaway jumper. The amount of space he creates off his backside is so impressive. So Michael Huger said he wanted to see from Brenton Mills. Be more aggressive, gets the open shot, drills it from the left wing.
One of the best three-point shooters last season, and talk about one of the best three-point shooters in the conference as Arns knocks one down from the corner. 8 points for Arns and a perfect 2 for 2 from three-point territory here to start. There's a look for Joe Reese, and he's kind of getting hot there from the baseline. And Wheeler to initiate. Kyle Young with the back down. He got that hook going.
He's got the mismatch there with Trey Diggs, and you can see just how deep this Ohio State front court is.
Reese again. He's got 6 so far to lead Bowling Green. He averages in double figures at 10 here so far. There's a flush. Zed Key throwing it down. Well, he was on the top line of the scouting report here for Ohio State. And there's a good reverse and baseline take for Kyle Young.
As they get used to playing together, I'd put Michigan State in that tier, Maryland, and I would go Indiana as well. I think there's 4 really good teams in that tier too.
Back to our left, Branham's first points is spectacular.
The thing is that you can't just sell the farm. And at Penn State at times, they were looking to create havoc. And they had a guy like Mike Watkins to kind of clean it up at his absolute best over the course of his 3 years at Penn State.
Put on your side, then he can't beat you. Tough to beat that. Zed Key with another flush. Corner look for Diggs. Final few seconds here of this first half. Soto's and some hawking defense, and the runner falls for Fulcher. That'll be the final play and the final bucket of the first half.
He was very perimeter oriented, and he's a very good catch and shoot guy, but they need guards to live in the paint.
Except for that guard.
He can stay outside. He can shoot the rock. We know that. Good pass.
Got 9 dunks so far in this game. Guards for Ohio State really in the first half have done a pretty good job rebounding the basketball. Justin Arns with the 5 rebounds in the first half, and a turnover there for Ohio State. They had 7 turnovers for kind of the first 10 minutes of the first half, and have been able to take care of the basketball since. There's a bucket for Gordon, as well as Eugene Brown here early in the second half.
Bowling Green going a little 3-2 zone. That's a zone buster right there.
15 feet out. This looks comfortable in his game, not forcing anything. There's the rip away. On the move, here's Johnson Jr. with the lay-in.
Built a lot of momentum over that time.
And the contact is made with Johnson Jr. and an and-one opportunity here for Bowling Green and Samari Curtis. 2 on the shot clock, and they follow for another dunk for the Buckeyes.
Beautiful. Right now, talking to Chris Holtman, he talked about how you just got to find out how hard everybody plays at this level on every possession.
Chris Holtman talked about his freshman. You guys got to understand the effort level and consistency that comes with it. Getting putbacks like that helps too.
I mean, I think tonight he has taken the lead of getting some dribble penetration, making plays for other people. But he thought by the end of the year it could be Malachi Brown.
And 22 now in circulation again for the freshman. There's an open look there for Brown, who knocks it down.
Ohio State is carving up this 3-2 zone. And they're moving the basketball, finding shooters, finding people at the rim. Now Ohio State kind of changing the defenses up here, going a little 2-3 zone.
A little pull from distance and connect for Samari Curtis.
Averaging 5 points a game. He's come in, he's been aggressive, he's gotten to the rim, and right there, sticking a 3.
He's above that average right now with 8 points. Mr. TikTok.
The crazy thing to me, Lisa, is the in-conference deal, where you have players like a Jamari Wheeler, who's played at Penn State for 4 years. The old rule was that you couldn't transfer and be on scholarship and be in the Big Ten Conference.
Did you have a team like that when you were playing in the conference?
It was against the rules. You couldn't. I'd be banned from West Lafayette forever. I guess they're lucky that the Penn State-Ohio State basketball rivalry isn't what the football one is.
You mentioned no Caden Matheny, also no Caleb Fields. He actually hasn't played at all this year, but was a full-time starter, at least 25 starts in 3 seasons.
They don't turn it over and they move it just a little bit. They've gotten whatever they wanted.
11 turnovers here for the game for the Buckeyes, trying to muscle his way in. It's Joe Reese. For 3 years at Old Dominion. Alley-oop and the touch for Brown. Ohio State's got some good production off the bench as well. There's another tip for Reese. 2 extended scoreless streaks really put Bowling Green behind it and up against it. And another 3-point make there for Johnson. He can shoot the 3-point shot too. He tallied about 266 of those. And an open 3-point look.
Eugene Brown couldn't have been more wide open. It's like shooting in the backyard.
Brown's got a career high with the 12 points.
It matters, and I think that's cool.
It still exists here today. I know a lot of Big Ten teams, players, coaches, media alike, you know. Quick hands as Johnson gives it right back. Or does he? Bodies on the floor, back the other way. Here's Fulcher. Ooh, wow. A little showtime for Josiah Fulcher. So the reserves going to work here for the Buckeyes as Johnson gets blocked. 81-48. It's Sotos back the other way. Looked at that alley-oop, and he'll finish with the left hand instead. Mentioned without their point guard, Matheny. Daquan Plowden, their leading scorer. No points here tonight. And another 3-point make from the corner
For him to have 0 points, and that's quite an accomplishment for this Ohio State defense.
Guy who's played in 126 career games. Offensive rebound and put back there for Young. No one's really had, we were talking, no one's really had that wow game. You look at their leading scorer, E.J. Liddell with 13 points, 3 rebounds. But Johnson's going to get his points here down the stretch.
If you sum up some of these issues they have getting to the paint, not an issue tonight, but has been the first 2 games. They've got a nice roster.
It's Turner for 3. The last points and the last shot of this game. Dominating performance start to finish for this Ohio State Buckeye team.